Where is Jackson?
Tahoe. All the way in the mountains, man.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yes. You want us to come over?
Yeah, man, come to Tahoe. What's that?
Okay. I was going to Sierra, but I'll come over to Tahoe.
Weird. Hey, Jason, how are you?
I'm alright, how are you, Jackson?
Better now.
Hear that?
Look. Hope so. He said he was.
Who?
Alex.
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you. How are we doing?
We are better now.
We are better now. I agree with that sentiment. All right. Yeah, so kind of want to just go through what Jackson put together yesterday, figure out if we can kind of dig in a little bit deeper. I want to go back to the one we did on Monday as well and ensure that we are kind of telling this whole story together because it was a very similar failure mode that I think we now have, I guess, a couple of root causes off of now. If I start kind of cherry picking out what happens here to kind of make sure we can tell this story. Last time we talked, I was speaking about trying to get this jelly, which is a new procurement by PagerDuty to do post-incident review up and going. Boyce and I had a little bit of success getting it started this morning. I've been kind of playing with some of the functionality. I don't think I have it figured out fully to kind of, I was thinking if we could start kind of assembling some of this. I think I'll do that in the background, but we stay on the forum basis for now. And I'm not trying to change y'all's approach here, but I kind of want to standardize how we do these post-incident reviews through my escalations wing, right? So when it comes up to tier 2 and we hit tier 3, which is John's group, for example, or one of the Linux teams or whatever else, that we have kind of a common forum and format for what these look like. Especially on the MSET line, they should all start as PagerDuty tickets for the most part. Even manual requests come in through PagerDuty, which is natively integrated. Unfortunately, we don't have the enterprise version of PagerDuty, which would make that integration to Jira on-prem available, which is frustrating because that would have been a nice one to be able to have some follow-up actions off of this. So all that to say, now that I've played with it a little bit, I'm not sure the tool is quite where I wanted it to be yet, but we're going to continue kind of messing with it and see if we can get some of this other stuff connected up as a new mechanism for that. But that's kind of outside the topic du jour. All right, let's see. I guess I'll pull this up. Let's go through. Has everybody had a chance to? Zoom's breaking for me. Let's see if this will share. All right. Read through what Jackson was able to put together. Of course. And do we have the full audience? I think we can, right?
Yeah, Alex was here and then
He's here. He's just.
We were in a meeting, so I think he just ran to that thing.
Okay.
I'm sure you can be informed too as well. So.
Otherwise, we're all good over here.
Okay, perfect.
Wants to take the lead.
I'll get going. I'll do some note taking. Let's see if we can get this laid out. Okay, so I think we maybe don't have all of the inputs off of here, but incident summary, network traffic from the pen test to the domain controller, hosting an ID for RTP, led trampoline storage specifically to redirect requests back to the secondary domain controller. This is all true?
Yes.
Okay. Why, I'm gonna add another Y in here. What does a trampoline domain controller have to do with the connections on the extractions or the IMSAT Hamiltons?
Those, we did not include that, in the scope of this RCA right now. I really just focused on the sequencer part of it because, the other one was just, it's all the same as what happened last Friday, so straight from the penetration test. So I should have linked that in here, but I was really just focusing on the sequencer issue here.
Okay, any opposition to wrapping this all up into one incident?
Nope.
Okay, and I think the more important part here is the extraction failure. While inherently didn't cause sample loss, the manual recovery led to a plate being rotated about 180 degrees, which meant we cross-contaminated 24 samples within that particular well. There's a potential they might be able to unwind with data based on that, and we don't expect any other downstream contamination from that, but that particular incident would be probably most pertinent to the clinical lab as to, A, how do we end up in this error state? This is what we're going through here. We can then dig into what they need to do, either visual indicators or whatever else to ensure that we're orienting plates appropriately should we have to manually recover.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that there was more than just the MSAT instruments went out.
Yeah,
So that's good
so
stuff for you guys
extracted
to have.
135 right down? That's what I had in the notes I took earlier. Okay, and if we can start kind of assembling some of those tickets, maybe, I don't know who would be the best person to do that. We'll start linking in some of those tickets. All right. Let's see, where's the best spot for that? All right, so. Is it, do we know in particular when on extractions was impacted? The links cut out?
Yeah, I think it was the links.
Okay, how does trampoline pinging the AD server impact the work cell links or standalone Hamiltons?
So
AD.
it doesn't. That outage was caused by the same scanning that we saw on Friday.
Okay, sure.
So it's the same. It was caused by the same reason that the failover from domain controllers by trampoline was caused by. If I can English right.
So it was trampoline tried, it failed. These tried and also failed.
No, these are the same thing. Where just the extra traffic crashed their interfaces on the network.
Okay.
So yeah, it had nothing to do with the domain controllers for these instruments.
Oh, it wasn't those, it was the Torrey Pines, right? Because they were having to recover off the Torrey Pines. Do we know what the actual impact on extractions was?
No.
Okay. Let's take that as an action, figure that out. Who's best to dig into that? Connor?
Yeah, Connor or who is in there? I figure out who is. Jamal might be a good contact for that.
Timeline would have been, let's see, sorry, somebody help me out here. When did this actually start? 7:15, 3:32. There's so many.
I first was contacted by Aditi at 3 p.m.
3:03?
Yeah, that's the first reach out that I've got.
Okay. I guess I was looking for probably these bad boys. Get application state, return sidecar error, links 1. Client side error, sorry, not sidecar. This was immediately following the inciting NovaSeq 6 issue that brought us all together. And extraction main 1, client side error, links 2. I guess I have to imagine links 2 was not running on extraction 3 at the time, otherwise would have thrown the same error. Okay, so links has got impacted, time critical steps, not really concerned about these, step completed. And at 4:24, links 2 starts returning errors. Let me grab these numbers, start building this timeline, can't get this damn Zoom thing out of the way. I think I have this somewhere else, but might as well just put it all together in this doc. 3:26, so that's when we first all got together, right? Oh, no, would have been before that. All right, let's go love. I'll come back in and add some links here. So everything started yesterday at 3:26 p.m.
Your time, yep.
Our time, Eastern, yep. That is a good point.
Yeah, we have the time zone noted at the
Oh, you
top
do?
too. It's up in the top, like in that section. It says
Okay,
times are
perfect. Yeah, I won't mess with the template too much. I think this is a pretty good template, actually. Like the layout. All right, 3:26, we have the first incident, not too long after. 3:36, 10 minutes after, all of the links on extraction start going down. Oh shoot, no, I'm in the wrong time frame. All right, pull that back down. Come on, buddy, delete the row. That's the kind of stuff I'm hoping the automated system starts doing for us. All right, 3:37, we see our next drop on extractions 1 at 3:41.
And this first incident up here is for the trampoline mount, right? That you did.
The very first, yes, that's the NovaSeq one. Yes, thank you. That is NovaSeq 6. Yep, perfect. Lose the trampoline mount off of that. Extraction 3 main, 3:36, which is links 1. Perfect, thank you, sir. Extraction 1. And it's 2. Millions. All right. We're still seeing breakout issues.
So there were 3 extractors that went off. 135.
Yeah, so what is the lengths? Is that an arm? Or is it
Oh, that's a liquid handling.
I
Akin
see.
to a Hamilton, but just a slightly different manufacturer and setup.
Okay. And then
It's a major unit on the system. Does a lot of the liquid transfers.
I see. And so this is all in the same work cell? Oh, and extraction
What you're
3,
looking at, extraction 1 main is a VM name for the main work cell, or sorry, the main VM that runs all the work cell. It controls the arm, probably the links, a few ancillary devices as well within that. There's also the buffer side, which is basically just the one robotic arm and access back and forth through the track. So if you see extraction 1-buff, that's just a robotic arm that interacts back and forth with the track. We have 2 arms on these. The other is the main, or the activity arm as we call it. The main VM also contains all of the controlling software for things like the Lynxes, the drivers that are running the Tory Pines, which are simple equipment, and a couple other things going on there.
And then how many links per work cell? Is it 2?
Extraction says 2 per.
Okay.
But I don't see, so CS also has one. It just, let's see if this is it.
Cold storage.
No, just look regular. So, we see tons of errors. I don't know if you caught that. It was 8,500 in the last 90 days. It's just million errors. Yeah, it's not too gosh. This one looks like we were actually communicating as a real error that this maybe in reconnection just started getting some related
So that
purpose
was
stuff. This
after-
is true data. Yeah.
So it must have been after they did the power cycles, and Bishop Fox had stopped all their testing.
Yes, although I don't know that we have the right folks in on the. When did 5 go down? That's the one I'm not seeing. Okay, that's a true error. Those lids seem to have a lot of timeouts. This does look like a comms error related to the plate lock, but it's hard to say. Okay, no tips detected means we're talking to that guy. So 2's back online here, we're getting out of 8. I guess I just heard extraction 5. Does anybody have any insight there? Oh, no, you got it.
Over the wrong crowd.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. All right, actually I do have a video we can potentially correlate that against.
Is this the plate rotating?
This is the plate rotating. I'm just trying to see if I can get that timestamp. So 4:45, they're reconnected. The plate rotation inadvertently happens. Which should track with around 4:31. They get everything back up and running. Okay. Couple other ones you guys saw. I think we left off here, 537. I think that's about it for the timeline. Anything else that we need to include or feels pertinent?
What are these new ones at the bottom? I hadn't seen those.
Yeah, so these three John and I ran into later last night.
Okay.
I guess maybe I had an assumption or like we didn't actually talk about it, but when 6 went out, we got that one reconnected. Did 2 get a touch yesterday? Which one dropped the Z drive?
Was that 2 or 3? I wrote it down in here, I think.
Well, the sequencer 2 loses the internal connection.
Yeah, so 2 was the one that got rebooted.
Okay. Alright, so 6 we touched for sure, 2 we touched. What else was touched when we were remounting drives? Because definitely not 5 or 4. Or if they were, then they unmounted later.
They were not touched.
Okay. Let's capture that. Oh, I'll jump that ahead. Oh, and then sorry, we did miss the MSAT. Where's the MSAT impact, Jason? What time was that?
Hang on 1 second. I got Amanda hitting me up at 3:35. Yeah, that was our sequencer 6.
She hit you up about the sequencer. I guess what was going on with the MSAT Hamiltons? Because that's the bit I don't see in here.
Let me see if I think that was a DD.
Probably would have been on the B2 channel, maybe.
No, that was 3:03 p.m. RTP HM027 disconnection. So I'm assuming that the Y drive was out on that at that time.
Yeah, so NovaSeek 2, I guess we're just getting tickets on a couple of different places here. Gotta fix that too. Our paperwork is jammed. Don't care about that. Okay, so 1534. Still on track. Thank you for the format.
Yeah. Oh, we can't see this on the Zoom though.
Can't see my screen?
Now we can. Sorry, I looked up at the wrong time.
Oh, you're good. I'm going back and forth a little bit. Alright, yeah, we'll do a little beautification. Oops. Shoot, how do I do that? Alright.
All right. That sounds
Okay.
affected. for
Impact 7, 8, 27, some Excel VMs. Anybody else report issues about connectivity here?
Out of memory, it's probably. That was later on too. That was 7:30.
NovaSeek 2, which we were already working on. Z drive not connected. 1658, 1648. I tell a better story here. probably need to include that. What's the first one? This 1648. I'm going back and forth between the official names. Getting better here in a second. Z-Drive, not connected. Probably somewhere within this 10-minute, 12-minute period, we actually did reconnect the Y drive. Got reestablished. Z-Drive started working at 5 o'clock. Z-Drive was able to be reestablished about 5:40. Everything was back online. We didn't recursively check for 4 and 5 that they were reconnected. Back to that one.
I don't know why that would, is it just a delayed trigger of the error? Like maybe if no one was logged into the sequencer, it never threw the error until they tried to use it?
Yep, somebody went to go load on 5. We got a ticket. John ran the PowerShell script. As he was doing that, because I wasn't being very useful, I went and looked at some of the other NovaSigs that were unavailable, and 4 also had an unmounted drive, so we just took care of that while we were in there.
It's just because they weren't in use, we weren't alerted to it?
Correct, yeah, nobody was trying to run it, so we self-discovered.
So we weren't proactive enough until later on?
Correct, yeah, that's kind of what I'm driving for here.
Understood. Yeah, I can fill out number 5 as well.
That would be great, yeah, thank you. Original radiation team failed to reverse stage. things like that. Seems okay with that.
Cool. We cover all our bases here now?
Yeah, we are at time, aren't we? Alright, so let's talk about, we did determine that timeline. Action, update to mounting sequencer, confluence, page 2, food. You okay with this action item?
Yep.
This is just the 6000s are window-based systems, or should we just go ahead and say the Axis T, no, it's Linux. The 6000 is the only Windows-based, because this wouldn't apply to the Linux machine.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take it there and there for me.
Yep.
So how did the plate get flipped around?
Operator.
I see.
Incorrectly oriented. Typically, it would have had a scan by the arm when it was moving from the Torrey Pine, where it was upstream of this, into the link stack, which would have indicated where it should have been, right? And then, if somehow it ended up backwards on the Torrey Pines, we would have got it there. However, they manually moved it into the deck, I believe.
Because the liquid handler was down? Right? I'm trying to understand the lab process more.
I guess I'm not seeing exactly why, because we only have errors on the links so what was the original inciting incident off of this? Might have to follow up with Jamal and co to sort of figure out what's going on next. Okay, so confirm timeline and resulting flip with
Is there any big impact to CV in this incident?
I'm big no, but it starts adding a counter reruns very, very likely. It seems very difficult to unwind so basically we took that one sample plate is split into two, so they're gonna have some buffer and do some manipulation, they get reconsolidated back together. Mm-hmm. So it could have been A1 to A1, ended up being A1 to D6 on these 24 well plates, so two patient samples got combined together. It may be possible to separate out, but I don't think so. I think they're actually I think they made the call to cancel and order the rerun this morning. I can't remember exactly what the outcome of that was.
That's why we had two samples, right?
Yeah. There's a limit to the rerun for LODU. And it stinks to have the first one on day 2, but hey, that happens.
Hey Mitch, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Danny. I was hired last week, so I'm kind of shy right now. Try to get accurate all the terminologies, trying to putting everything together, but I just want to introduce myself before we break for the post-mortem.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So I'm Mitchell Buck. I run our engineering systems management team. John's on my team. He runs a whole bunch of different stuff, mostly controlling the VMs as it relates to the interactions with these groups. But he also does some Tableau management and a whole bunch of other stuff for us. The rest of my group operates Hexagon EAM, as well as our environmental monitoring system, our triage system, and a few other things throughout. So we're kind of the systems wing within engineering operations. And then Jason on my team here is our infrastructure engineer, specifically assigned out through John's team on sort of VM management and restructuring some of the PowerShells and deployment scripts off of this.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and the idea is that Danny will help with quite a bit of, timely RCAs and digging, into information with the outages and security events as well.
Love it. Sounds great. We definitely need that.
Yeah, he wrote a lot of this.
I wrote some of it based on what I learned yesterday.
You get thrown to the fire around here. So that's
Yeah, I just wrote what I pick up and I took a stab at it. How about that?
Well, we hadn't had any infrastructure incidents for months, and then this guy shows up and we've had 3. So, I don't know.
Yeah. So by the way, Danny is kind of, pretty humble and down to earth, but he spent quite a bit of years at Apple, Meta, and Google, doing incident response. So we are really fortunate to have him here, and it really improved, our timely report on these issues, and also he's going to escalate, the action items, to resolve the issues.
Okay. Danny, maybe you and I need to sit down.
Absolutely.
And,
I'll take AI to set up a time with you, and we can
Yeah.
go through, say, intro, question, things like that, and help. You got to help me to kind of merge in with all the new terminology. I'm just kind of writing things down, and to help me to connect the dots. That's the main thing, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, my calendar should be up to date. If you want to
Okay.
find some time, I probably have 30 tomorrow. We can sit down and kind of polish this up and go through all of that as well. I do have to run now. Thanks, Al.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got a question. This 1, 2, 3 that in the RCA, is that the sequencer? 1, 2, 3?
Dang it, lunchtime, man.
Yeah.
Jackson's brain doesn't work at this point.
Y1, wait. Oh, the Y1, Y2, Y3?
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are just like questions.
Oh, the question?
Yeah, that's just how they.
Nothing to do with this extractor, nothing like that, right?
Actually, the extracting one is Y5. So we skipped 4.
So, okay.
Yes, here, let me update that. So, because two things had an outage.
Yeah. Hey, Jackson, do you mind just draw a quick picture of how these just connected dots would be helpful?
Well, no, just these are the actual instruments in those work cells on the.
Instruments?
Yeah, so like at the stations that actually do all the processes to the physical samples. So like we were looking inside one in that video.
Yeah, I saw he was in some
It has
terminal,
a
right?
plate on it that has there's a camera in there. It has all the vials and stuff on it, and then
Yeah.
different things touch it and all that. It's kind. I didn't really draw it. I don't know enough about it. I might actually have a presentation with some photos though.
Was there anything new that he brought up that was not mentioned yet? that we didn't talk about yesterday?
Yeah, all that stuff with the instruments. I didn't really know that they had gone out. Here we go. There you go. So that presentation will have like some photos and videos and stuff in it.
Okay. All right, I'll take a look. Go eat. Thanks.